kitty, kitty, kitty. Caduceus. Oh, come here. You're a cold snake. Today I am introducing you to my boa, Caduceus. Say hello, Caduceus. You're so pretty. Caduceus is named Caduceus after the staff of Caduceus because that is the one with 2 snakes, and he was my second snake. Currently I only have 2. There will be a third very soon, I hope. My first snake was a ball python. If you didn't already see that video, I'll make sure it's linked for you. And this is my second one. He is a Roswell Laddertail, and I was trying to do some research on if it's a true red tail or if it's not. And my understanding is it's not a true red tail boa, although his tail is red, if you can see it there. It's kind of all wrapped in itself, but he's some sort of a mix. If you are a boa expert and you know more about Roswell Laddertails, please feel free to let me know. He was purchased at a reptile expo, and I kind of went into the expo thinking that I was gonna get another ball. There's so many different morphs of ball pythons, and the ball that I have currently looks very similar to just a normal. So I kind of went in thinking that I wanted to get something more colorful, but then I found the boas, and I just absolutely fell in love with their personalities. They are more outgoing than a ball, although funny enough, on filming day, I think Ka, my ball, was very outgoing, curious, and friendly. And today, Caduceus is kind of like, do we really have to do that? Do I have to be on camera today? I was enjoying laying under my hide, which he actually doesn't normally lay under a hide. It's very rare for me to find him under a hide. He's done it occasionally, but these types of snakes are semi-arboreal, and I actually usually find him hanging off of his mister system. He climbs it like it is a tree and a rope for him to hang onto. His tank is not the best setup for sure. So it is on my list of things to replace. I didn't realize how much he would like climbing, and I want to give him some space where he can climb a little bit easier. And just like balls need humidity, so do boas. And this whole setup's just not great. I got it from somebody who, I think they kept a ball in there. It was a snake cage before, and I actually saw the front of it, and I thought that it opened from the front by the photos, but it opens from the top, which, if you know anything about snakes, it's not their favorite thing to feel like you're an eagle trying to eat them. The screen, the top, the lid, the lid is all screen. The screen is lid. So it has a really hard time holding the humidity in. I have his substrate as coconut coir, but even having the substrate be something that holds moisture, it still gets pretty dry in there, hence the misting system. So he definitely needs an upgrade, and I will be getting him an upgrade probably within the next, I don't know, couple of weeks. He is about the same age as Ka, so he's probably about a year now. This type of snake will get to be longer than a ball, but he won't be as thick. So if you can tell, he's much skinnier, even though he's the same age. And apparently it's really easy to overfeed these guys. So I've been as mindful as possible in not overfeeding him. You don't want them to look totally round and filled out. They should have a little bit of this shape to them. And they're great eaters. So if you have never had a snake before and you're afraid about a ball python going on a hunger strike, then a boa might be a better snake for you. I've never had him refuse a meal. It has taken him a little while, maybe once that I can even think of, but usually you put something in there and he's like, oh, it's for me, I got it, I'm on it. And he goes after it right away. When I was researching snakes before I got one, I was under the impression that a boa was not a good snake for a beginner. now that I have had both a ball and a boa, I have to say I feel like a boa is very, very similar to a ball as far as their water, their food, their heat and their humidity parameters. What else? Their temperament. I heard that these guys can be more nippy than balls. Funny enough, I have never had Caduceus strike at me, but Ka has. I've been bit once, and it was by the ball. It was not by Caduceus. So he's very friendly. He's very strong. It's super fun watching both of these snakes be about the same age and grow up together. I mean, separately, but you know, together in my house. Because interacting with them, you can like feel the differences in their growth and watch the differences in their personalities. Caduceus is so strong. Not that Ka isn't, but Ka doesn't really know how to hang on as well as Caduceus. If you can see, my fingers are all bound up here. He's got such a strong hold with his tail, and he always does. I mean, if I put him around my neck or anytime I grab him, he's like using his little tail and he's grabbing onto something, looking for something he can hang on to. In fact, when I feed him, oftentimes he will be up on his mister system and he wants to eat hanging upside down by his tail. So it's pretty cute. I probably bother my snakes more than they would like to be bothered. I just want to love them and hug them and squish them at all times, which is in part why I want to get a third one. Give these guys a break. Snakes by nature aren't like a cat or a dog that need a lot of socialization. In fact, most people say they don't want it at all. I've been told that my snakes will tolerate me. They won't love me, but they'll tolerate me. I choose to think that they love me. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave me a comment. If we have enough questions and enough interest in these little reptiles living in my house, then I will make another video answering your questions about Ka and Caduceus. If you haven't subscribed to me already, please go ahead and do so. Don't forget to like this video, and I will see you again in another video. Thank you for the tongue flicks. It's very sweet of you. You're very curious about the heat that's coming out of my mouth, aren't you?